Hi and welcome. I am Nicole Raitt with Evergreen Certifications, and I am excited to have two people that you see on the screen here with me today. So we are here to talk about the Certified Functional Nutrition Informed Professional Certification. So I have Vanessa Ruiz and Cindi Lockhart. They helped develop this certification and are excited to talk a little bit more about what the certification means with all of you. So thank you both
Absolutely.
for being here.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Absolutely. So should we just dive in?
I think we're ready to dive in. Absolutely. So, why should a professional get certified in functional nutrition?
So, what's beautiful about this certification is it helps empower healthcare professionals in functional nutrition so that they can feel confident in their ability to use nutrition to be able to assess and guide their clients.
And we totally need more healthcare practitioners trained in this area because obesity is at a pandemic rate right now, and that along with inflammation is driving all chronic disease. So we really want to help empower practitioners to really feel confident to know what nutrition is and the power that it has, as well as other lifestyle factors in regards to moving the needle in regards to our clients' weight as well as their health. And it also helps to provide clarity on how best to implement what they learn into their professional practice.
Absolutely. All right. Our next question for you is, so what is unique about this certification? Why should people come to Evergreen to get our certification here?
I'll start with that one. It really is teaching how food is medicine. So we can use food not only to prevent and manage disease, but also to potentially reverse disease. So we're going to start with the foundations of functional nutrition, which is how oxidative stress, inflammation, blood sugar regulation, the gut, our autonomic nervous system, and circadian rhythms all impact our health and wellness. And then we're going to dive into specifics. So the macros, the micros, nutrient balance and quality, as well as the pros and cons of a lot of different diets to help people to, again, know how to properly assess and also guide their patients or clients.
That's such a great summary. So after Cindy was talking about the foundations, we then do a deep dive into clinical practice. So we learn how to be able to use all the things you learned, the foundations, the diets, how to be able to use that food as medicine in special populations like in diabetes, hypothyroidism, anxiety, depression, insomnia, even in pain and also in autoimmunity.
Absolutely. That's so important. And sounds like it's such a thorough and comprehensive training that leads to the certification.
Yeah, and I also just wanted to add too that this course is very much something that we want all the people to be engaged in. So we engage our participants, we encourage them not only to just use it clinically, but also in their personal nutrition habits. And one other thing that makes us unique is we talk about complex cases so that if someone comes into your door and they are, complex, we'll show you how to be able to start in a very simple way what the next best action step is. And also we create out of the box solutions that will help you assess and guide your client's nutrition and also in lifestyle habits that's going to help them in their health and wellness long term.
And I think to tack onto that, Vanessa, I just wanted to add in because I think that that's also really important is a lot of us as healthcare practitioners, we're so used to learning a tactic or a protocol, and that's going to fit everybody in that scenario, and that's not the case. So we really are helping, the healthcare practitioners that come through the training to step outside of that box, as Vanessa mentioned, and to really listen and learn and see every patient and client is unique and of one. So what works for one might not work for another. So we're really extending them beyond is like really listening and knowing how can you shift? How can you experiment and really try to find out what works ideally for each specific individual?
Yeah, that's great. That's really so important to be able to tailor it individually that way and really drive that home that it's not just a one size fits all approach.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So speaking of the healthcare professionals that we're targeting, who are we targeting? Who is this certification for?
Everyone, pretty much. We have a long, long list. So it starts with registered dietitians, certified nutrition specialists, chiropractors, acupuncturists, physical therapists and physical therapy assistants, occupational therapists and occupational therapy assistants. And Vanessa?
We've also geared this towards nurses, nurse practitioners, PAs, naturopathic doctors like myself, speech language pathologists, massage therapists, and athletic trainers that are BOC certified.
So absolutely. So all of those professionals can get certified after this training, and that's really, really great way to distinguish yourself in the marketplace. That if, not just for people looking for this, but also other professionals, who can I refer to go to more information on functional nutrition? So that's a really, great reason to get certified as well, is that you can be the referral from other practitioners as well.
And they get 18 CEUs, which is
Absolutely.
helpful to keep your license active.
Yes, I think that might lead into, not that question yet. Sorry. I was jumping ahead. That's okay. So where can, we'll go back to that question. Where can these professionals work that get the certification? So where's a great place for them? Where can you find them?
Pretty much anywhere. I mean, it can be hospitals, it can be clinics, it can be private practice. I think the big takeaway is that each healthcare practitioner follows their scope of practice within their profession. And if they're working for an organization, also under their policies is really important. But there's so much that they can do.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great distinction too, that this training that leads to the certification, it doesn't necessarily change your scope of practice, but it just really enhances what you're already doing within your scope of practice, expands your expertise and knowledge, that you know what you can do and who to refer to if there is something that is outside your scope.
100%.
Yes.
All right. So the initial certification is 18 hours, as Cindi mentioned. So you take the training for 18 CEU hours, which of course can go towards your license as well. And then that initial certification is good for a year. And at that point, then you would renew the certification. So that's one of the really important pieces of the certification, is that commitment to maintaining your knowledge. And so you're continuing to stay abreast and know what's going on. And so that's why it's so important to renew that certification, that you are continuing to take additional trainings in this. And those trainings obviously count towards licensure as well. So it's kind of nice that you're already doing the trainings anyways to maintain your license, and then that also maintains the certification.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, nutrition is a science, so it's constantly evolving. So staying current is so important, and it keeps you fresh. It keeps you motivated and empowered to continue to address that in your practice.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate both of you being here today and sharing your expertise. Is there anything else that you'd like people to know about the certification, or why that you felt so passionate about developing this?
For me, just knowing and seeing how functional nutrition really works. I mean, I'm one of those practitioners where they're kind of the last resort. And so we use a lot of these functional nutrition principles to really help reverse and walk people back to their optimal health. So if you have a complex case, this is a really, really good place to find the clarity and the confidence to be able to use the functional nutrition.
Yeah. And I would agree fully with Vanessa. It is so rewarding and exciting to have somebody who has been struggling with how they're functioning or feeling, to not being able to manage a condition, and just by making some changes in their nutrition and lifestyle significantly affects them. So it's just something we definitely want to share with other practitioners and empower them to do the same with their clientele and patients.
Absolutely, that's fantastic and so important. And so obviously you've seen the link there that if you're interested in learning more about the certification and the training that leads to the certification, please feel free to scan the QR code or click on that link there. And we appreciate you stopping in to visit with us today. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions.